Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
It was quite the scene as a house was bulldozed on Turtle Lake this evening near Lake Park, Minnesota. A family of 4 watched as their home came to the ground after fire ripped through it. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Crews responded to the fire call around 5 o'clock this afternoon. The family wasn't home at the time of the fire. Valley News team's Krista Bame is still on the scene and joins us now live. Krista, what can you tell us?
Family and neighbors are just leaving here tonight after gathering inside the garage right next to where this house once stood. And you can see a little bit behind me here, it is now laying in pieces. Now the family, that's 2 parents and 2 sons, are just left with the clothes on their back, but they were able to save a couple of safes, a TV, and a family heirloom before a bulldozer came in and took down the house. Now they did that because of the structure issue. It looked like the fire came through the rafters that started initially in the garage, and it came through the rafters and destroyed everything inside. Neighbors contacted one another after seeing flames and heavy smoke coming through their trees.
And our neighbors just 2 houses away called and asked us, they said Streba's house was on fire and what did we need to get out of our house, because they didn't know if it was going to spread or what was going to happen. Things were exploding in the house, and so that was how we found out. And so we were about an hour away when we heard the news and tried to hurry as fast as we could.
Now, crews don't know how the fire started in the garage, but a fire marshal is expected to be out here tomorrow. And in the meantime, this close-knit neighborhood is starting a GoFundMe site for the family to help them out after losing everything. Reporting live in Lake Park, I'm Krista Bame, Valley News Live.
Thanks, Krista. The Holly and Audubon fire departments responded to the scene. Check back on this story on valleynewslive.com for a link to the family's GoFundMe page.
A man was life-flighted to a Fargo hospital tonight with serious injuries after hitting a semi, running into a guardrail, then rolling down a steep slope. It happened around 8:15 tonight along Interstate 94, just before the Barnesville, Minnesota exit. The man's SUV rolled many times. A highway patrol investigator says that this semi driver didn't even know what happened. He pulled over and then called authorities. Authorities say alcohol is expected to have played a role in this crash.
A Wahpeton College student can breathe easier now knowing that she can still finish her degree. A mother of 2 studying nanoscience contacted us saying her program was cut by the school. She's trying to better herself and wants to work for NASA one day. But after we began investigating, things turned a little brighter. She says she'll be able to complete her degree.
I can use my credits that I've gotten now and the nano classes that I've already taken towards the biotechnology, which is a very similar field anyways.
NDSCS officials say that there were no freshmen or sophomores enrolled when the decision was made to cut the program. The school says few area jobs and low interest meant little reason to spend money keeping this program afloat.
Fargo is now in line with state laws regarding weapons in city limits. Leaders approved changes that make it illegal to own or firing a taser or any other device. The same thing goes for shooting a projectile and emitting an electric shock in the city. Mayor Tim Mahoney earlier said that the changes surfaced after people wondered about bringing their weapons on a bus and which areas are defined as public spaces.
People in a Moorhead neighborhood are in disbelief tonight. We continue to follow the story of an 8-year-old girl who was found in an abandoned home without food, water, or electricity.
Now, 22-year-old Manuel Carrillo not only is charged with child neglect for this girl, his niece, but also felony drug charges. Valley News Team's Christine Stanwood talks with neighbors and has their reaction.
In what usually is a quiet neighborhood in Moorhead, Minnesota, police found on Thursday something disturbing inside this home.
I didn't know what was going on, but I could tell it was something serious.
Just off 12th Street North in Moorhead housed a frightening secret. Neighbors say a sweet 8-year-old girl was left without food or water. not even electricity, in an abandoned home. We spoke with neighbor Craig Beto, who saw Manuel Carrillo, the little girl's uncle, get arrested. Beto tells us he's irritated with the man for treating his family member like this, something echoed by other neighbors, but didn't want to go on camera.
I'm hoping that either the people that left her here either shape up or she gets a better home that actually takes care of her the way she's supposed to.
Police found razors, torches, and even drug paraphernalia inside the home with the little girl. When she was rescued by police, she told them that she only had dry cereal that day.
Fargo Moorhead is starting to go to the dogs a little bit, but this part of town has so far stayed under wraps, so to speak, and we'd like to keep it that way as long as we can.
In Moorhead, Christine Stanwood, Valley News Live.
Court documents show that the 8-year-old girl is now in custody of other family members. Be sure to follow updates on this story on valleynewslive.com.
Small town continues to look for answers tonight after their 100-year-old church was vandalized over the weekend. Paint was splattered on the piano and a 100-old oil paint, and also stole the Bethany Lutheran Church sound system and pastor's clothing. The criminals also broke into the schoolhouse right next to the church and helped themselves to pancakes for the Cowboy Up charity breakfast that was supposed to be held later that day. Cowboy Up organizers say they couldn't believe it and raised money for a reward.
And when I went over there, my heart hurt. You know, it made my stomach hurt to think that they would do this after all the time, after all the hard work people put into the whole weekend, not just the breakfast, but the whole weekend.
A $1,500 reward is being offered. You're also asked to contact the Ransom County Sheriff's Office if you have any information.
The Minnesota Dental Office of Dr. Walter Palmer has reopened, but without him there. Palmer is accused of illegally killing a famed lion named Cecil in Zimbabwe. The office was fairly quiet today. A security guard was out front and a few people walking in and out. In a letter released to reporters, the staff said Dr. Palmer was not on site and employees have no comment, saying that they are dental professionals committed to serving their patients and clients. The office had been closed since late July after several protests.
The founder of the Zorbas chain of restaurants has died. Tom Hansen died over the weekend after a lengthy battle with cancer. Hansen, who was a former teacher, opened his first Zorbas in Detroit Lakes. That was 46 years ago when he purchased a failed candy store on Detroit Lakes. Zorbas expanded to 11 locations on or near lakes across Minnesota. A celebration of life is scheduled for the Detroit Lakes Country Club at the Detroit Lakes Country Club on Thursday from 1 to 4.
The lake has been there forever, and now Bemidji is getting a public beach to go with it. A downstream dam will be used to lower Lake Bemidji nearly half a foot. Then crews will come in to clean up lumber and wood chips along the bottom of the South Shore that were left from the logging industry. A third of a mile stretch of beach between the boat landing and Sanford Center will be cleaned up.
The swimming area will come out from the shore 200 feet. That'll kind of be the swimming area.
Okay, but those trees stay there?
Yes, all the trees are staying there. Some of the limbs along the shore will be trimmed.
They began lowering the lake today, and construction on the project is scheduled to be completed this fall. It's being funded by a $1.4 million state grant.
In North Dakota, the DOT has launched a new motor vehicle crash memorial web page. Families of crash victims on North Dakota roads can create memorials to honor loved ones and create public awareness to the importance of traffic safety. The launch of the web page is being held in conjunction with the annual Labor Day impaired driving crackdown, Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over. That'll launch this Friday. And you can find the web on the Code for the Road website.
Now, remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. All you have to do is search Valley News Live, like our page, and stay informed throughout the entire day.